1039 Proud FM and the Shaun Proulx Show. Well, here is the moment you've all been waiting for, and I know you've been waiting for this because of Facebook and Twitter and emails and blog responses. Lynda Carter joins us on the show, our very special guest on this Friday afternoon. How are you, Lynda Carter?
I am just great. I love Toronto.
Well, Toronto loves you. I meant what I just said about the messages and stuff. You and, of course, the character you're so famous for. Really, are you aware of the kind of chord you strike in the hearts of gay people?
Well, it's interesting because in my past, I think my icon was Bette Midler, and it was in her early days. I was a struggling singer in traveling on the road, and she had broken in. She had her first big album out, and she got, it was really the gay and lesbian community that propelled her.
Yeah. In the bathhouses.
In the bathhouses. That was, I'm sure before your time, but I thought, man, if I ever got a gay and lesbian audience, I know that I will have made it.
So you've made it. Did you know at the time you had made it when you were shooting Wonder Woman and
no.
when you didn't?
No, it really wasn't until maybe 10 years later that I was really kind of aware of that.
Well, how did
and
you...
I did an interview with a woman that was with a lesbian magazine. She started talking to me about this thing that someone was putting on about this and me and all of that stuff. And I was looking at her like, she had two heads, and she said, "You don't know?"
That stuns me, too, that you didn't know.
Well, sit down, friend. I'm about to let you know.
And so you found out you'd made it.
Isn't that great?
I think one of the interesting things about the queer community and superheroes in general is certainly the secret identity part of things. And for some reason, though, Wonder Woman struck a chord. Maybe it's because she was a woman, and gay boys look up to women and love their women. And, of course, little gay girls finally had like a woman that they could understand. Did you ever think about that?
I have certainly since. I kind of made light of I'm just so excited. But the truth is, it is about the secret self. I think you're absolutely right. And it's about that powerful person inside that can conquer the world and has so much love to give and so much good to do. And I think that archetype is a great one.
And was also pro-women as well, which I think you could also add into the mix there.
Yeah, absolutely pro-women, but that doesn't mean to be anti-men. It was just, it was just being, hey, we're a force here. We deal with, getting you to tell the truth about things, and it wasn't so much about the brawn part.
And Lynda,
it's like just don't get out of line there, honey.
And Lynda, as a straight man, I certainly was not offended by Wonder Woman whatsoever.
Of course, of course. I mean, we're talking about it from a gay perspective because that's what I have.
Sure.
But certainly the character had its straight fans, and I've read lots of interviews with you.
Well, I don't want to know anything about your teenage fantasies.
No, you don't. No, you do
don't.
not.
Let's keep it there. You're listening to the Shaun Proulx Show. Lynda Carter, Wonder Woman, is our guest at the moment.
But I've read a lot of press that you've done over the years, and I think people who have a strong attachment to a particular portion of their career, the way you do, aren't always as gracious about talking about that aspect of their career, and yet you seem to be
get
very.
Over yourself already.
Thank you.
Right?
Well, where does that come from? Because a lot of people don't get over themselves.
Well, it is something I did. It shaped so much of my career. It gave me so many opportunities. And, I'm not going to, and it's not going to go away anyway, so I might as well enjoy it.
And did you find it interesting that Wonder Woman came into the recent U.S. election? Because when Sarah Palin surfaced, she was called Wonder Woman. And I remember Betty White going out and saying that she was a crazy bitch. And I remember you saying she's the anti-Wonder Woman.
Oh, yes, the antithesis, baby.
I bet you're glad that she was not voted into office then.
Well, I wish her nothing. I do not wish her. I have no ill feelings, and I think it's important not to demonize the demonizers. I think that they're just confused.
Well, let's move on to your music. At Last
thank you.
hits shelves on the 9th of June, and a lot of people, I talked about the emails and stuff that I've been getting. A lot of people love your music. A lot of people want to know when you're going to play Toronto.
give me a venue, baby. I'll be there.
All right, let's figure that out. Tell us about...
Figure that out, and you know how to get a hold of me, and I would be up there in a flash.
Because that's a done deal.
Band.
Let's go to the music. I love what the LA Times says about you on a website I saw, which is, again, going back to the Wonder Woman thing for a second, that you sing better than you ever caught villains, if that's possible.
Well, I've been doing it a long time. I started professionally when I was 14 in Arizona singing in bands. So it's really what I
do.
I do.
Lynda, you worked with the Cash family on this.
I did.
That's kind of a neat thing.
What was that like?
Well, there's the second cut on the album is Where Did Our Love Go? It's an old Supreme song, Motown song. And there was a guitar player that was doing some kind of a riff, and I was looking out over this, I was recording at the Cash cabin that Johnny Cash built, and I was there with his son and looking out over this great meadow, and he started playing this cool rhythm, and I just started singing, baby, where did our love go? So that's kind of where
Delicious.
it is. It had a nice groove, so.
Is singing what you want to do the rest of your life?
Well, yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. If I am lucky enough to stay healthy and move this forward, I'll be a very happy camper.
Well, listen, I want to say thank you so much for your time.
Thank you both.
Who should play Wonder Woman in the movie?
I think it's so cool that you guys are doing this radio show together. And Mark, you said you're a straight man.
I'm a straight guy.
As straight as they come, Lynda.
and Shaun is the gay man.
This is the whole point, isn't it?
Well, that is one of the things that we get off doing a lot on the show is organically discovering the differences and celebrating the differences, making fun of the differences, and having people listen to that, whether they're straight or gay, the whole while long. It's really a privilege to be able to do. I'll tell you that.
And I think it is. I think it's great. The more we can bring together, to bring one another to in the same. It's what Obama's been talking about, and that is, let's try to. Yeah, we have different points of view, but that's really what it's all about. If we all were just, Stepford people, it wouldn't be much fun.
Oh God, we'd be boring without the contrast, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We missed Shaun's one.
I did have to ask. You must have an opinion on who should play Wonder Woman when the movie finally comes out, if it ever comes out. I keep saying I should. I think you've never met me, but if you looked at me,
Lynda, your picture, honey.
No, do you have an opinion?
It would be nice if they found someone that did not have any fame baggage.
I think so too.
That's a good idea.
I think so too.
Think about what Star Trek just did. There was nobody who was really known in that film, and
right
off the rails.
It's going to open it up, and it needs to be redone. We need to embrace someone new in it. Not that it's no threat to me. I did it, and that's all there is to it. And so, hey, welcome aboard.
At Last is the album. Lynda Carter is the Wonder Woman in so many different ways. Thank you so much for your time today, and let's get you to Toronto. This is crazy.
Hey, I'm there with bells on. If you can, let's just figure it out. As a matter of fact, I'll call some of the people I work with, and we'll see what what's going on up there.
And then keep us posted too, because we will certainly ring that bell when that happens.
Okay.
For you.
Thanks. And by the way, thank you again for this, because it really is people like you that help me to kind of get my music out there. Without you, it would just be in a vacuum.
Well, a pleasure, a real pleasure.